Guys, our speaker today, I tell you what, we've done a number of posts. Corporate did a post. She absolutely has figured out how to get referrals, and she's able to turn one lead into 20 leads. And each and every week for the last couple of weeks, I think at this point, she has truly gone out there and really figured it out. And what she is doing is so duplicatable. You know, we've had a lot of guests come on this call over the last couple of weeks, and I love all of them, but all of them do different things that maybe sometimes aren't completely duplicatable. We got people that are doing a lot of mortgage protection, people that are selling at a very, very high level over the phone. But we've had people on here talk about having dialers. We've had people on here that are talking about using call tools and using all these other resources. But one thing that Karyn is doing, I think, which excites me more than anything else, she's buying leads from the ILC, and they're all internet leads, 3 month and 1 month. And she is not using a dialer. She's not using any type of call system. She is simply picking up the telephone and dialing those leads. I think when you have a system like that, that is something that is highly duplicatable, and anyone that you hire can walk in here day one and buy leads out of the ILC, not mess around with phone calls, calling, call tools and all these other things, trying to figure all those things out. Anyone can come in day one and do that. So I'm excited to have Karyn come on today and talk about exactly how she's doing what she's doing and how she's teaching her agents to do the same thing. Because if we can all do what she's doing, we can explode this thing with the people that we have on this call. So KG, are you there?
I am here. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Oh, doing absolutely phenomenal. Glad to have you on the call tonight. KG, we got a lot of new people on here. There's 136 people on this call tonight, so not everyone knows you. A little bit about your background, where you're from, and then we're going to get into exactly what you're doing and how you do it, and teaching everyone how to do the same. I appreciate it.
Awesome. I appreciate you as well. And thank you for having me on. I'm excited about always coming on here and just kind of sharing the ideas of what I've been doing on a day-to-day basis. But and congratulations to everybody that got highlighted and that put up those numbers. So great job. So about me, I am a single mom. I've been in the insurance industry for almost 10 years now, but I planted my flag here. This is my home here at FFL. Next month will make it 3 full years. And I mean, kept it simple from the beginning. I mean, I'm not foreign to hard work. You know what I mean? Like I had 5 jobs at once before I got into the insurance industry. And when I came in, I ran 7 days a week until I had my baby in the business. So I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. All right. I've glowed through a lot. But the cool thing about me going through what I went through in my life, all the things that I've gone through, it's made me who I am today. And I'm glad I never quit. I've never became selfish and quit. I always had, the bigger goal in mind. And so this is me. It's just a product of everything that I've gone through: leadership, training, being consistent, being persistent. And then again, adding that hard work in there and just working the numbers, guys, because if you do not work the numbers, I can guarantee you the numbers are the business is going to beat you out of business. Right. And then also mindset. All you can control is your activity and your attitude. So if you have a poor attitude, poor mindset, or a negative mindset, everything is why is always something happening to me, or why is this always happening? Is because you keep saying it, right? So you have to change your mindset, your attitude. You also have to put, hard work in and work the numbers and have activity. And then, I don't care how talented you are, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. And as long as you stay consistent, persistent, I don't care, you will beat people each and every time, especially if you're building a business. It might look slow, it might look rough, it might be hard, it might be tough, but everything here is doable. No one's asking you to, drive a forklift or, create a blueprint to build a house. Like, this is extremely simple. All we do is teach people how to hit the submit button. And if you could call your coach in the home, if you could call your coach when you need help, if you could call your coach whenever you feel like you can't get through something, and actually put those things in place, I can guarantee you eventually, if you keep doing it, you'll be gold. But we're talking about referrals today, right?
That's it.
So before I even jump into talking about referrals, let me just say this. this is not to say your entire business should be referrals, right? I 100% am a believer, and I live by, and I do this every dial day, that I am on the CRM and I am buying leads. All right. And the reason why most of you probably don't see me buy as many as the next person is because when those discounts come out, I'm buying everything. And I'm not just buying a few hundred. I'm buying like anywhere between 500 to over 1,000. And mixed in with those referrals that I get from my clients, that keeps me extremely busy, but it also allows me to give out leads to teammates, to the ones that I can't get to. So let's talk about referrals, right? So I do have a script that I drew up of the different ways that you can get referrals and how to keep them hot, right? So I'll give that to you guys. But, why do referrals work? Number one, they are extremely low cost, right? So instead of going out and I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, instead of going out and like, just randomly talking to people, which I mean, I can do, but to the average person, that's not comfortable, right? When you're getting these leads and you're helping these clients, right, they trust you enough to give you their social security number, their banking information. So why wouldn't they feel comfortable giving you somebody that they know, that they love, trust, and care about, that needs what we do? And I'm gonna be honest with you, custom referrals, the second thing, it leads to more trust, right? Because usually, if you ever call somebody, and I know everyone has probably experienced this if you've dialed before, but a lot of people who already have insurance, they typically don't want a different insurance agent. They want to stick with the person that referred them, whether it been their cousin, their brother, sister, cousin, uncle. They could have the wrong type of life insurance. Guess what? They're not changing it because somebody they love and trust referred them to either that person or that product. And it's very hard to try to change those policies. So you got to think about it this way. So when you're helping a client with life insurance, they are going to, if you ask the right way, they're going to lead you to all of their family members and friends, because most people want to deal with just one person anyway. And then 3, customer referrals lead to a virtuous cycle. So once your business referral engine works smoothly, it can lead to more and more growth. So like now, so much on making sure that I'm performing at a high level, that I'm doing the best thing for the client. I've even added in reaching out. Like if I haven't heard from them, usually because I want them to send me a message or call me when they get their policy in the mail. But if I haven't heard back to them because they just probably have been busy, I'll just reach out and say, hey, I'm gonna act like, Mike is the client. Mike, hey, listen, it's Karyn. It's just KG reaching back to you. I did your life insurance. I know you remember, right?
Yes, I
So
do.
listen, I didn't hear from you. I don't know if you got the policy in the mail. I just want to make sure everything's all right. Everything's working and you got it.
I did.
Awesome. Listen, I know we talked about, referrals on the appointment. I know you gave me a name and number of a cousin, sister, brother, uncle, guys, whoever it could be. But listen, I'm always open to taking referrals and helping out your family and giving them the best product at the lowest cost. Is there anyone else you can think of that you forgot to give to me?
I gave you all 10 people I knew.
Perfect. Not a problem. Listen, I'll check back later on with you in a year to see if everything works out, if you need more or less coverage, or if you know anyone else. Does that sound fair?
Fair enough.
Perfect. And then listen, if you run across someone and you hear the word life insurance and you know they need some help, you're more than welcome to send my information over or pass it along to me. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, so I make it very comfortable, very inviting. I always like to keep it in their mind so they know, like, their radar goes up when they hear life insurance. They know exactly who to put them with, right? That's just one of the many ways I get referrals, when I do a reach back, just to make sure the client actually received the policy. But that second call, guys, it solidifies the sale as well, right? Because when they hear from you, they know that you didn't forget them. They know that you care about them, and they know that you wanted to make sure that they really got that policy in the mail. They're not going to go with anybody else, right? So that's the 3 reasons why referrals work. Number 1, they're very low cost or no cost at all. Number 2, they lead to more trust. People tend to get referrals from their family, from their friends. It works better than an ad. It works better than marketing. And then it creates a virtuous cycle, right? So let's talk about the many different ways that I actually do get referrals, right? And again, I'll send this out to you guys. Again, I had Mike, Jamie, and Frank look at it first just to make sure it was, up to par. And that there's no
I'll post it
corrections.
while you're speaking, KG.
Okay, Perfect. So the first one, guys, is the beneficiary referral. Okay. So this is one of the easiest referrals that that you can get. When you can get this at the end, you can also get this in the middle while you're grabbing that information about who they love and trust and care about, that they want to leave, this policy to, what's going to pay out to when that time comes, right? So, Mike, I'm gonna do the role playing with you, okay?
Okay.
So listen, if something happened yesterday and I came today, Mike, who would be the person or people taking care of all of the final arrangements when that time comes?
My brother, Frank.
Frank, your brother. Okay. All right. And so does Frank have life insurance?
He does.
Perfect. All right. So here's the thing, right, Mike? What I do is I call to make sure that people have the right type of insurance. So I'm not going to call him and try to sell him anything he doesn't need. But 70% of people that I talk to don't have the right type of insurance. Now, let me ask you this question. If Frank passed, God forbid, with the wrong type of insurance and you didn't get all of the money that he applied for, how would you be happy? Would you be sad? What would you feel?
I'd be upset.
Perfect. So with your permission, I'm just going to give him a quick call, right? Today or when I leave, whenever, does he work? What's his schedule like?
He usually works from like 9 to 7 every day.
Okay, so he probably would best get a phone call like around 7:30. That'd be good for him.
Yes, that'd work.
Okay. So with your permission, I'll just give him a quick call. I just want to make sure he has immediate coverage and the right type. So when that time comes, if you're the beneficiary or a loved one in the family that's close by, that money will get paid out and you're not, supporting a GoFundMe or having to try to pay for his final arrangements on top of paying your own bills. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, perfect. So again, the way that I just did that, it doesn't take long at all. It's very inviting. It's very comforting that he's not feeling like you're at like, hey, do you know anyone? Do you have any referrals? Anybody that needs, you know what I mean? You're not badgering him for referrals. It's literally just a simple question. You're playing off of the emotion of the client, right? Because that's how we sell anyway. So we just want to make sure Frank has the right type of insurance, right? And so if you say it, guys, remember, it's hearsay. If Mike says it, if they say it, it's the truth. So you want to ask more questions because nobody cares how much you know. They only know how much you care. And they know how much you care by asking the right questions and creating that emotion. So, and then when I do get my referrals, I'll just say, hey, is he working? Just like I asked just now, is he married? Does he have kids? That way I know when I call, he knows I actually spoke to Mike because I know a little bit of information about him. And Mike, Mike trusted me enough to give me that small information that I could relate it back to the referral. So what do I say when I call the referral, right? So Mike, let's pretend you're the referral. Let's say or Frank can pretend that he's a referral.
Okay.
Does Frank want to do it? Where's Frank?
There he's.
What up?
Hey, Frank, how you doing today?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
Fantastic as well. Thank you. Listen, I know you don't know me, but I sat down with your brother, Mike, just a few minutes ago. He spent about 5 to 10 minutes really just telling me how responsible you are. You're an amazing parent. You do some coaching, right? You're just all around just a well-rounded guy. Is that true?
I mean, he might have been inflating that a little bit, but okay.
Got you, not a problem. Listen, I was able to sit down with him and his family for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I don't know if he told you or not, but we were able to put in one of the best plans for his family at the highest value with the lowest cost for life insurance. And he loved you enough to refer you just to make sure that you and your family had the right type of insurance. Do you and your wife have life insurance?
We got it through work.
So do you understand how important it is to have insurance outside of the job?
No, I don't. I thought I was covered through my job.
Not a problem. Here's what we're going to do. I'm not here to sell you anything you don't need or add anything to your plate, but I do want to go over programs that you can own on yourself outside of your job with more benefits. That in the event, you become sick and can't work and you need money, or when you pass away, everything is all set up. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes. I know Mike said that you work at till about 7. So I'll be in your area around 7:30 tomorrow, and I can sit with you and your wife. What does your schedule look like tomorrow?
What's tomorrow? Tuesday? Yeah, I should be home by 7:30.
Okay, perfect. And guys, and then I book the appointment, right? So because people don't want to be made feel like they're being sold something right then and there, but that you're educating them and that you're helping them, right? So that's the way I book that appointment. The next type of referral that I have here is the top 3 to 5 referrals. It's one of my favorites that I use, right? So here's we're going to Frank, since you're on here, I'm gonna pretend like you're the client, okay?
Sure.
So Frank, listen, with your top 3 to 5 family members that you talk to on a day-to-day basis, that you love, trust, and care about, right? How hard would it be to try to support a GoFundMe or try to pay for their life insurance or final arrangements if they didn't have life insurance, on top of paying your own bills?
I mean, it'd be pretty difficult. I live month to month,
Difficult, right?
just like everybody else, I'd imagine.
Absolutely, absolutely. So here's what we do, Frank, right? So whether you know their financial situation or not, right? My job is just to make sure that they have the right type of life insurance so that when that time comes, you're not left with a financial burden because you have life insurance and you're paying your own bills. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay. So who's your top 3 to 5 people that you talk to on a daily basis that you love, trust, and care about? What's their first name?
Angela, Frank, Michael, Matthew.
Perfect. So we're just going to make sure they have some type of life insurance of the right type. Does that make sense?
Sure.
What's Angela's phone number?
911-444-4444.
Absolutely. And I can tell you this, not every appointment that I go to, I never have someone tell me no. I never have anyone tell me they don't know anyone. Now, if they say, well, I would just want to talk to them first, I'll say, perfect. Let's go ahead and send out a text message to them. And guys, I provided that on the script as well. I provided a text message that you can send from the in-home. I also provided a script that you can say to book the appointment when you're on the appointment, if you have time. If you don't have time, guys, get to your next appointment, but make sure that client can send out that text message. And guys, these clients get so excited. They sometimes call their beneficiary or their loved ones and they set it up themselves. Listen, Karyn just sold me life insurance. I know you don't have any. She's coming by tomorrow. I need you to sit with her. If they don't give it to you now, I guarantee you'll get a call later. So like this past Saturday, I got a call. I don't remember who the client was that referred the person, but I ended up closing his wife over $4,000. And that was just over the weekend on one appointment.
Wow.
So, and that was a referral, and they called me.
That is strong.
You get what I'm saying? So when you create that, when you perform and you really care and do what's right for the client, if you don't get anything right then and there, I can guarantee you, if you continue to check back on them and build that relationship, you'll always get referrals for a lifetime. Now, another one that is really popular that I like to do is the challenge in health referrals, right? So I'll ask, and you can ask family members, you can ask friends, you can ask coworkers, you can even ask the appointments that you sit on. Like if they just don't know anyone or they don't hang with anyone, but they know people who maybe have other challenging health issues, I'll just ask, I'll say, listen, do you have any family members or friends that have a lot of health challenges that have been having a hard time trying to get approved for coverage? Do you know anyone that has cancer or had cancer? Do you know anyone that has any previous health conditions where they just don't know if they'll qualify for insurance, but they need some help? And somebody's always thinking about somebody else that has health challenges and like diabetes. Like I was talking to a guy today. He didn't believe he can get covered because he kept getting denied through other companies, and all he had was diabetes and insulin.
Wow.
So, people, that gets you in the door or on the phone with people who don't believe they can be covered, who need what we do, right? And then the last one, guys, is the grand referrals. I love this one too. So if you ever talk to somebody on the phone, guys, or if you ever go into a home and someone's always saying, well, my grandmother has all her grandkids covered, or my grandparents have all the grandkids covered. Grandparents love covering their grands, okay? And we have amazing products for that. So I'll ask, hey, listen, Mike, we have new programs designed for grandparents to cover their grands. Do you have grandparents or know someone who has grands looking to cover their grandkids with the most coverage at the lowest cost.
I do, actually.
Perfect. So I'm just want to get this information out to them. It just takes about 10 to 15 minutes. They can do what they want with it, but I just got to get that out to them so they know what's available. Sound fair?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. Who do you know?
Her name is Susan.
Perfect. And guys, I don't stop asking until they stop. I keep going until they keep giving them. If they stop, they're like, all right, that's enough. I've had people give me 10. I've had people give me 15. I will get as many as I can with the time that I have. And then guys, I do it very quickly too, right? Because you don't want to spend too much time in a home, but you build that trust with that client. You can, you know what I mean? And two, we always talk about 30% falling off, right? 30%. Well, guess what? You want to lower the rate of people canceling their policies, get referrals, build relationships with their family members, because guess what can happen? If John doesn't keep his policy, right? But his brother is Mike, I'm gonna be like, hey, Mike, listen, I've been trying to get in contact with your brother. Is he okay? Oh yeah, he's fine. You think you can get him on three-way for me? I've been trying to get in contact with him. Those are ways that you can save policies, and they won't be upset for it, because guess who doesn't want to pay the life insurance bill when that time comes? His brother, right? So I've saved a lot of policies that way, where people just initially just either didn't know, or they switched their number, or certain things happen, and I was able to get back in contact with that client because I built that relationship with their family. And nobody wants to be the person without insurance in their family, right? Exactly. So that's about it. Those are the ways that I get my referrals.
Is Josh or Vernique on here, Karyn? Awesome job, by the way. And watching over the last couple of weeks, watching you and then Josh, Vernique, you guys are completely taking over the Facebook group. I mean, you three, it's every day, and I love it. You know, in the past, we've had a lot of agents, and I'm glad a lot of this BS is gone. People come here and everyone wants to complain about the leads. But I think what I love more than anything else is you're taking the same leads that other people have complained about and $17,000 in a week. So that really just takes away every single excuse there is. A couple things that you said too. You said that when you're getting referrals, it reduces that 30% charge off, that chargeback rate, but it also is increasing the hell out of your ROI. You're taking a lead, turning it to 20. Your ROI is unbelievable. So everyone on here, I think, can do exactly what you do. It is definitely uncomfortable, but the only way to be able to get to that next level is doing something that's uncomfortable.
And you know what, Mike, let me add to that, because guys, what you can do is you can print out like multiple copies of this and use it because what I did was, before I even learned anything, I had a clipboard and I had the FFL worksheet, and they didn't know I was reading off of a script FFL worksheet. So they're just thinking I'm taking an order, right? Like, okay, married, single, blah, 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 right? But that's the way I learned. So the same with this particular script here, I use it as a way to keep track, you know what I mean? Where each client has their own particular referral sheet, and I'm just going along through the script and I'm answering it and I'm putting it down. Until you do it long enough, guys, it's like your favorite song. It's just like the scripts. When you learn how to dial, eventually you'll work yourself off of the script. Eventually, you know the song by every word. It's the same with getting referrals. And once you make it a part of your business, I can guarantee you, like, you will double and triple. I know, thanks, Amaka. I know Amaka reached out to me and she was like, girl, after you said what you said, she closed like over $5,000, I think, off of just referrals alone right afterwards. She put it like right to work. So this actually works if you work it. But again, let me just say this now. The way that you want to keep your income consistent is by buying leads. Don't ever stray away from that. This is just an additive that will allow you to boost your income, boost your rapport with your clients, and just all around your business. It'll take it to the next level.
I agree. I think too many people, they hear things like this and they think it's going to replace, or they think it's a free way of doing it. The only way that you're able to get to those referrals are obviously through leads. And that is the most important thing that you can do, is you got to buy leads to be able to get through the referrals. Karyn, how often and what kind of training are you doing for the agents that are on your team to teach them how to do the same thing? Because obviously there's something going on with the numbers that are being put up by your group every week.
So number one, I'm making sure that I'm on live dials, and I'm making sure that I'm unmuting each and every time so that they can hear. And a lot of people, I can tell you now, they're utilizing that referrals because I've unmuted myself so much. and I've gotten the referrals either doing telesales, or I've gotten a referral off of a bad number, or I've gotten a referral off of someone that's not interested. So one of the other ways, guys, I'm sorry, I failed to mention this one. I get referrals is off of when I'm dialing. So if I'm dialing a lead and they're not interested, not a problem. Do you know someone who has many health challenges that's looking for coverage? Is there anyone in your circle of family members or friends that are looking for life insurance at a low cost so that you're not left paying their final arrangement? And they're like, yeah. So like one lady so I called the lead. She said, oh, that's not me. That's my mom. And I said, okay, were you looking for coverage on your mom? She was like, no, I never put that in. I said, okay, well, does your mom have life insurance? She was like, I mean, I believe she does. I said, okay, well, we just want to make sure that way if she passes away, God forbid, you're not left with a burden. What's her name and number? So she gives me her name and number. I call, right? And her mom was like, oh, I got a few policies. No, I didn't put that in. Not a problem. I know you I just spoke to your daughter. Do you have any other kids that are older that they don't have life insurance? And she was like, well, my daughter, I have another daughter, but I'm not sure. I said, okay, well, one of the things that we do is that we make sure that she has, adequate life insurance so that when she passes away, guess what? That's not left on you. What's her name and number? She gives me her name and number. I call the daughter. She's sitting right there with the mom and she don't have no life insurance. I went over there and closed her through Aetna.
Unbelievable. Is Josh Kahn on here or Vernique? I think Josh has posted a sale.
Oh, no, I'm in Staples, taking care of a client.
Taking care of a client. Josh, I don't want to keep you on here too long. What has happened? The production we've been watching over the last couple of weeks, does it have anything to do with getting referrals, learning what KG has taught everyone?
Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely a big part of it, because what happens is the family has to understand why you're there. They also understand that you actually care. And once you establish that type of rapport with the family, it's very, very easy because, families want to take care of each other. So it's an easy way to get some sales without having to have that initial investment. So it's the ROI on all referrals are amazing.
I love it, man. What's your goal this year, Josh? What are you're definitely hitting Hall of Fame, right?
Oh, no question. I think I changed my target now. Now I'm going to shoot for 500 families for the year.
There we go, man. I love it. Hey, G, what's your goal?
Hall of Fame, 400,000.
400. Is Vernique on here or is she writing a policy right now?
She's on here.
Where is she?
I'm here. Sorry for my voice. I woke up extremely sick this morning, but I'm here.
Vernique, you three are taking over the Facebook group. What has happened for you over the last couple of weeks with referrals and the amount of production that you've been putting up? What has it done for you?
It does an amazing job for me, so I can actually speak today. I actually have 2 appointments that's booked for tomorrow from a referral. So I called a lead. I called an instant lead. He actually told me that he has life insurance. His child's mom took it out on him. So I said, okay, perfect. We want to make sure you have the proper plan in place. What kind of coverage did she actually take out on you? He said, that's a good question. I don't even know. I said, so as a professional, I said, I can ask her questions that you may not know. I said, what's her name and number? I called her. And she said, I'm so happy that you called me because I was about to do the insurance and I have no clue what the guy was talking about. He was talking over my head. I didn't even take it out on him yet. So I set the appointment with him. I closed him. And based off of that, he actually referred me to 2 other people. And then LaShonda, which is his child's mother, she said, I don't even have anything in place because I was about to do business with the other guy, but he was talking over my head. So I need insurance on myself, and also my dad needs insurance. So I have that booked for tomorrow as well.
I love
so referrals definitely do work, and thank you, Karyn. And you brought back some things that I forgot. That was back in the back of my mind. So the team is awesome. It is great. And we're definitely, heading in a great direction. We're about to change our lives. Our lives are already changing. Hall of Fame, definitely VP by July. Woo. And we're going to do some things. I'm ready for it.
I love it. Karyn, you're not only your training, but I think just your positivity is obviously just very contagious. And you can tell by talking to the people that are in your group there's nothing that I think kills a group faster than a negative leader and someone that doesn't see that things are definitely moving in the right direction. Even when things are bad, you can always find a positive in it. And Karyn, you're one of those people that no matter what's going on in your personal life, you never share anything bad with anyone. You always have the most positive outlook, and you deserve all the success that you have coming to you. I have no doubt that you're going to reach all your goals this year. I appreciate what you do for the group.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I mean, we're, if you take a look at just the beginning of what, I know Ryan and Colleen, myself, all of what we know, coming together with sales, coming together with building, with what you see already is just very minute.
Mm-hmm.
Really about to, if you look up 6 months from now with what we're doing, what we're going to be consistent at, it's going to be crazy.
A lot of times in our business, you can't, when something is going right, you don't see the immediate impact in the numbers. And Frank and I, we were talking like a month ago and we both were saying it, and then talking to Jamie, I was like, things are going to explode. And you can just see what's happening. You can feel the momentum that's building. You don't see it immediately in the numbers. But what Frank said earlier about us passing a lot of people, I have no doubt, just because of the group of people that we have, it seems like everyone is truly working together as one big team. And each and every day, we seem to be coming closer and closer as a group. And I have no doubt, kind of the number that I put forth, I said there's no reason why National can't be at 6 million a month by the end of this year. And I believe that we can do it with the people we have in place.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're going to get so big. We're going to have so many new people writing 10 grand their first week. A lot of people that are just sitting down watching and aren't moving, you're either going to be left behind or you can get up and move with us, but you're not going to see the success right away. You got to put in the sweat equity first. It's like planting a seed. You know what I mean? Like you got to water it, you got to nurture it, you got to give it positive, bright sunlight. And then eventually when it's your time for your garden to grow, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. So you know what I mean? That's why I stay so positive, because I've been through so much, but this is a product of me not quitting and me staying positive. And I think if everybody can do that and just focus on activity and their attitude, whatever you think about is what's in your pocket. So, you know what I mean? Like you got to work hard to change that. And we're just going in a beautiful direction. And anybody that wants to be plugged into what we're doing, we got it. You know what I'm saying? We have it open. You can too. It doesn't matter what team you're on. A winner's going to win regardless, right? But I'm here, and all the other leaders are here as well to help.
Absolutely.
Karyn, can you talk about the BOM that's going on Wednesdays?
Oh, yes. So guys, just as important as the big events are, right? We have BOMs, which stands for Business Overview Meeting, where we go over for about 20 to 30 minutes. We go over the business to anyone that's interested. But we also have leaders on too, so you know how to talk about and translate the message to the newest person who's looking or excited about getting into the insurance business. It's a bigger way to bring more people on in a shorter period of time versus trying to do, I'm not knocking single interviews, but we know what works, right? And so, but we actually have people making money here. So, you get to tune in and plug into our BOM, whether it be coming to the Glen Burnie office, make sure you're dressed business casual, or jumping on the Zoom. If you have somebody that's interested, plugging them in. And then we have breakout rooms, and we also break out in the office to get the person started and to answer any questions they have. But this is what sets the tone for the growth of your business if you're looking to build. So just as important as it going to a big event, it sets the tone for the next 6 months. It's the same with the BOM, which could set up set the tone for your business week to week. It's almost like a report card. So you know how many agents you have showing up versus how many new guests you showing up. If you have more people showing up each and every week, you know your business is growing. If you don't have people showing up every week, or your numbers are going down, just like these calls here, we're growing, right? Because this week we have more on than we did last week. So that means the business is growing. And how do I know that? I mean, they just read the numbers, right? Yep. So let's keep plugging people in. This is the fastest way to get to integrity. This is the fastest way to build. We're not foreign to it. We know it. We just got to keep watering it and growing it. But it has to be a team effort. and getting people plugged into that BOM so you can build your business faster.
Frank, someone's posting a question about the sales conference in May. Do we have a date set for that yet?
I don't have a date, but I will have a date by the end of this week.
There we go.
Oh
So,
yeah, we definitely want to get people there.
colleague texted us, we forgot to bring that up as well. So we want to keep talking about that as well. Talking about the big sales conference in May. We want to make this the biggest conference that we've had yet in the Maryland area. So as
No
soon as
doubt.
we get that date, we will announce it. Frank, there was something else Jamie was talking about Saturday when we do our new agent orientation, talking about possibly doing some type of virtual BDM, either after that or maybe pushing people to
The Wednesday.
Wednesday or maybe even after this call, doing like a 7 o'clock BDM after the sales call. But we want to get something like that going as well.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, at this point, I think we push them to the Wednesday virtual. And then
Yeah,
if that
that's
gets
perfect.
big enough, we need to do more than one a week. The goal is to get new agents recruiting right away. I mean, it's the smartest thing you can do. And here's the biggest reason most people don't do it. They say, I want to see how I do first. Well, I'm sorry, if my best friend tried this business and sucked at it and never offered me to do this, and I'd be pissed, because my life has forever been changed. And so I would encourage y'all to go, wait a minute, first of all, this isn't for everybody. So drop the ego and thinking that you're the only one that can do anything, because there are some people that might do it better than you. In fact, you definitely know somebody that will do it better than you, and you should be happy about that. But don't wait to introduce this to them until you see what your results are, because what your results are doesn't mean it's going to be what their results are. And so anybody can do this. Not everybody will, but everybody deserves the opportunity to see it for themselves and make their own decision. Now, if they go, well, I'm going to wait and see what you do, I probably wouldn't want to hire them anyway, because if anybody brings me anything, I go, well, I can definitely do it, and I'll probably do it better than you. In fact, I know I'll do it better than you. That's confidence, not arrogance. It's confidence. And that's how people are that win. They're confident, and they should be. So drive people to those BOMs every Wednesday. Drive your new agents to new agent orientation. Drive them to this meeting. Drive them to the Wednesday meeting, plugging them in. And it's not like here's the cool thing. When I started in business, we had to drive to these meetings, and they weren't an hour long. It started at noon, it went till 5, and then we broke, and then we started again at 6. Then we sat there till 11. Then they had a meeting after the meeting that you had to pay money to go. Like, it was bullshit. This is an hour long. The meeting on Wednesday is like 35 minutes. The new agent orientation is about an hour and 15, hour and 20, maybe an hour and a half, but it's all new information for new agents. The BOM, it should be no longer than 30 minutes. It doesn't take longer than 30 minutes to explain this business. So we're not talking about a ton of time each week, but we're talking about hearing from people that are winning at a high level and not using too much of your time. So you should be on all of this stuff, because this is how you're going to learn to get better at your craft. And this is what you're doing for your profession. You should want to be the best that you can be. And to be the best, you have to listen to the best. You have to learn from the best. And then eventually you will be the best. Maybe if you work hard enough. I don't know. I hope y'all, I pray all the time that somebody comes in and blows past me. Why? Because that means we're doing something right and they're winning. So guys, share this with everybody. There's so many people out there that are struggling. I mean, Christ, I don't even go to the grocery store. I don't look at prices because I don't really give a rip. And that was way before I had money. Like if any of y'all know me back when I had no money, I just didn't give a shit. So I'm the wrong one, but apparently eggs are like $7, $8 a dozen, which I used to buy eggs at 50 cents a dozen. I would throw them at cars. Like I'd go broke throwing eggs at cars now if I was a kid. But you know how many people have part-time jobs in this country? Like 70% of Americans have a side hustle, because this is before the prices started to go through the roof. Can you imagine now what this business could do for somebody that's struggling? One app a week would change somebody's life forever. So if you're thinking about recruiting, start doing it now. If you're not thinking about it, you should start thinking about it. And if y'all want to get on my calendar, I'll go over all kinds of stuff with you. We'll help you. If you don't know a thing, that's perfect. The person that brought you in, they'll help you. And if they don't know enough to help you, or they're too lazy, go to the person above them. Somebody in this hierarchy will help you. It comes all the way up to Jamie and I. And it doesn't rarely have to come this far, but if it does, it does. I'm not afraid to work. I'm not afraid to answer the phone. I know Mike's not afraid to work. Ryan, Kali, Karyn, Josh, there's so many people, and I don't start naming, like so many people, Jeremy, Amy, Daryl, like there's so many folks we have that are willing to work. So if you need help and you're not getting it, reach out to us, and don't not hire somebody because you don't think they're going to get the support that you need, that they need, because they'll get it from us. And if you're not getting it, please reach out to me, because that's one thing I don't deal with. If you're going to hire people, and like if you're brand new and you're going to hire people, I don't expect you to do anything but point them directly to us. But if you're selling and you're hiring people and you're not answering your phone, not helping them, I got a problem with that, because your job is to help people win. So if you're not getting the support you need, we're here to help you. Mike's here to help you. Josh, Kali, Karyn, Daryl, Amy, Jeremy. I mean, there's so many different people. Ron, Brian. There's tons of us out here that want to help, that want to serve. So don't let that be an excuse. And the last thing I'll say to y'all is, when people call me, they always go, I know you're really busy. And I appreciate y'all thinking I'm so tremendously busy. And I appreciate y'all caring about my time that much, but you shouldn't, first of all, because if my success was based on me bugging the hell out of somebody, trust me, I'd be the biggest thorn in their side. I call them 7,000 times a day. Now I wouldn't ask the same question, and I would always take, I'd always take their advice. I could call Sean anytime I want him to answer the phone, because when he gave me an answer, I did what he said. So if you need our help, call us. Don't worry about if they're busy. I'm bothering them. I don't want to be a pain. The only thing that annoys us, and most of the leaders will agree with this, is if you call and ask the same question, or if you call Ryan and ask him a question, Ryan gives you an answer, but you don't like the answer Ryan gave you, so you call me and ask me the same question. Because here's what happens. We all talk all the time, and we always find out. So just the person that's teaching you, if it sounds wrong, like completely wrong, I don't mind if you confirm that with somebody. But most of the time, the answers we give are going to be uniform, because we're all doing the same thing. So call us as many times as you need us, and just take the advice we give you. We're never going to give you bad advice. It would be the dumbest business decision in the world for us to tell you something that would hurt you. So just trust in the system, have a little blind faith. And if you do that, you'll start to see little victories over and over and over again. And then eventually you'll have so much confidence. Christ, Jamie just sold an EAP, Mike, and she ain't sold a policy in probably, I don't know, 12
It's exciting,
years,
man. The game's getting ready to
9
change.
months. Like, she tried to go out in the field. I was like, oh, hell no. Because I have to drive down to Baltimore, rip you out of the house, and kill somebody for being disrespectful. That's just, I'm weird like that. So like, she never went in the field. She could set appointments, but she hopped on the phone and like made like, I don't know, 7 phone calls, so close the deal. Now, does that happen all the time? No, but she's just confident. So anyway, any of y'all can do this. I mean, anybody can do this. I'm convinced anybody can do it. And I hope and pray all of y'all do it. I don't know if you will or won't, but we're here to give you the support so that you can never go, we didn't have what we needed to be successful. Whatever you need, we should have. The only thing we can't do is go to work for you. Does that make sense, Mike?
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Karyn, great job. I'm super proud of you.
Karyn, awesome. Showing everyone how to make this so simple.
Thanks, guys.
Take away all the complaints, all the excuses. I mean, buying just straight internet leads out of the ILC. That's why.
And you know what's crazy too? Like, and that's why I focus on not being selfish and helping. It doesn't matter like if you're on my team or not. I focus on helping everybody, because one day somebody on my team is going to need help, and I might be in an appointment. I might not be able to answer my phone, and somebody else is going to be there to help. So we all just have to work together, no matter whose team we're on. Let's help each other. Because I mean, look at the numbers. Ryan's team, we're under Kali. My team and a lot of my leaders, we're all in the top. We're taking over the top. So if you want to run with us and be in the top, you got to do what we're doing.
Hey, Mike, Kali made a liar out of us. I think, Kali, what'd you write this weekend? Yesterday. Went and saw Amaka get baptized. By the way. Hey, Amaka, congratulations. I know this isn't a church deal, but I'm going to say it anyway because I can. I run the company. That was amazing to see you get baptized yesterday. Like,
thank you.
Gave me chills.
Yay.
But after we watched Amaka get dipped, Kali went out and ran appointments and wrote $4,000 in Baltimore City off internet leads. And Mike, I'm even the one going like, you can't run internet leads in Baltimore City because they don't have checking accounts. So like, dude, every time we say something can't be done, somebody goes out and makes a liar out of us.
And my biggest sale was a $1,700 Eagle.
I love it. I am fired up.
Every It is getting crazy. I mean, there's so much positivity in the group. And what's amazing is those of you that want to build, look how easy it is. All you do is plug people into a call like this. And then look, Karyn could have trained your new person. You didn't have to do it. So take advantage of these calls, take advantage of the training that's taking place, because we're really trying to make this thing so simple that anyone could just jump in, plug in, and build, make it happen. So that's all I got for tonight, guys.